What exactly is going on with this tryout today?
Yeah, we're just going to run through a bunch of guys. We've got 40 plus national tryouts. We're going to see 4,000 or 5,000 athletes nationwide. So the marketing team said we want to get into Indiana a little. So here we are. We've always been around Ohio, Cleveland, Columbus, Chicago, Wisconsin, all those big hubs, but we'll test it out.
For sure. When you take a look at some of the kids trying out today, what exactly do you want to, or what sort of knowledge do you want to impart on these kids who are trying to get started on their baseball journeys?
Yeah, my job as the director is really not to find guys, it's to cut guys, right? Because we are the top level. And that takes a very special individual to be able to find a guy who has talent. It's pretty easy to find at a tryout, but to find a guy who has talent and can compete, that's really hard these days, right? Just because kids really want the wow factor and the results right away. So that process-driven athlete is what we're looking for.
You mentioned that you're trying to get into Indiana a little bit as far as trying to scout out potential talent. Exactly what do you know about this state as far as trying to scout out potential talent? Because there have been some names who have come out of Fort Wayne and Northeast Indiana over the years.
Yeah, I know Indiana is big for basketball. That's what I know. The upper Midwest, if you will, kind of maybe where this is a really big recruiting hotbed. The Chicagoland area, Wisconsin, Ohio, there's a lot of baseball players that come out of it. I think Indiana is maybe a forgotten one, so we want to create some exposure and some drive for that.
When you take a look at your playing career, of course, late 90s, early 2000s is when you made your heyday with the White Sox organization. How different is the game now compared to the time when you were pitching on the mound?
Analytical, right? It's kind of all or none. When I played, which wasn't too long ago, average and power, right? You had to execute. These days, it's just swing for the fences. And the athletes are great. I think pitching has progressed a lot, right? But the game overall is pretty much the same. I think what's happening is they're identifying and defining things a lot better, which is creating a better process.
Overall, how do you think you have been able to handle a pitch clock?
Been fine. I always work fast.
No doubt, no doubt. I guess the only other question, if there's one thing that you want these kids to take away from today, what exactly is that?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to them about that. And my job as a former Major League player is to be an ambassador of the game, right? And so hopefully one of these guys can take a little of me throughout the entire season and help them, right? I'm not here to inspire everybody because that's impossible, but if I can get one guy to just see the game differently, then I've done my job.
A quick follow-up on that, you mentioned you want to be an ambassador for the game. How rewarding is that, knowing you've been able to reach the highest levels of baseball, just how rewarding is a position like this to continue to grow the game today?
Honored. That's basically it. My baseball card allowed me to get into a position to get into player development once my arm went, my career went, right? And it opened up my eyes to how broken the game is at these ages, and more importantly, how little information there is to be successful. So I take that very seriously, and I'm honored that kids and their parents are giving me an opportunity to be a part of that.